All right then. What are we doing? Okay. Good morning, beloveds. Dante's a little out of sorts because today's gym day, and normally we get up and leave, and then we come back. We didn't leave, and we did a bunch of weird things in the living room because the trainer is sick, and so he sent the workout to us. And so Dante's like, what the heck? And at one point, Tom was doing a move called the Angels. It's just literally, flapping your wings, basically. And Giovanni took one look at him and went, what? It was great. The cats were like, what are you doing? Although Chica was asleep on the table, because normally because the ab part you do on the floor, he loves it when we're down on the floor like that. But he was asleep in the kitchen in the sunlight, so he didn't see it. All right, we have 3 declarations today for the New Design for Living. So let's do the housekeeping. And all the housekeeping is me reminding you that we are Creative Life Spiritual Center. Website is creativelife.org. Constant contact email info@creativelife.org. That gets you 1 email a week, tells you what's going on for the week and the month, and the hot links are hot. So click here now means it. Click here now means it. Yep. Click here now means it. And it's a blind CC. Nobody will see your email. You won't end up on anybody else's email list because of us. I am apparently off script this morning and forgetting what I'm supposed to be, what I am choosing to say. There's no script. This is just what I choose to say. Information that I think is helpful for you. And I will mention the social medias because I'm doing this on the social medias merely from the standpoint of we do not monetize them. We don't want to deal with the ads anymore, and you do. So what we ask you to do instead, go like, subscribe, follow, based on which platform you're on, and then engage with the individual post by reacting, commenting, and sharing. Bumps us in the algorithms, which mean more people see our stuff. So it's a free and easy way that you can support the center by getting our stuff in front of more people. So, we are Creative Life Spiritual Center or Creative Life Spark, and I am the running Rev Ryan on all of the social medias that I am on. So, and if you can't tell, Dante is right here. So, that's why I keep shifting and moving, because I am petting the cat, and he is just far enough down that he's not going to get up and... Oh, no, he's right there at the corner. Maybe you saw it, maybe you didn't. So, all right. So, the New Design for Living is the process of science mind, is what I have been saying. He sat down with Willis Kinnear and did the what, the how, the why of science mind, the process of science mind. This is how you can live science of mind. Now, now, Tom, he's about to come out and judge you because both those bowls are empty. I am doing the appendix because in the appendix are real world examples. I would bet you that every one of the examples in the back, somebody came to him and said, hey, can you do a treatment for me about this? And he's done some pretty wild treatments. We did stomach yesterday, which then I turned around and redid as a knee. Just to prove that you can use these to rewrite them. If they fit, great, wonderful, then, use them as declarations in your treatments. If certain words don't resonate, feel free to change them. Or just use it as a kind of a template to write your own. So now that you can kind of see how this is done. You want to stick with principle, not get too specific, and yet state your reality, because that's the whole point of the declaration, is you are stating your spiritual reality so that it can become your physical reality. Okay, that is what we are doing here. So let's get on to, and honestly I have no idea what God Within is going to be, so I'm kind of looking forward to it. I'm a little nervous that we're going to end on fear, but here we are. And let's see. Oh, you know what? Wholeness is the last one. We're going to do wholeness. So we're going to do 4 today. I'll edit the thing. Okay, so God Within. Since there is but one life present everywhere, I must be in that life and of it, and it must flow through me. It must be what I am. Therefore, I accept this omnipresence as something real, definite, immediate. At the very center of my own being, I realize the divine presence. At the center of my own consciousness, I recognize a transcendent principle forever renewing my being, a divine presence forever animating, sustaining, vitalizing, recreating, a divine consciousness forever guiding, directing, inspiring. There is within me that which knows what to do and compels me to act in accord with its perfect law and order and its complete peace. This I accept, and even as I affirm it, I know that this omnipresence is alive and awake and aware within me. So that is an excellent connecting to the divine source. I would call it a plugging in. And to be honest with you, the only word that I objected to is compels, and I might have simply I would substitute like guide. Compels is a little authoritarian for me, so I'm like, how about we use guides me to, but that's just much more of my personality. Other than that, I think it's a beautiful, absolutely beautiful treatment. And I like that he uses the phrase at the center of my own being, at the very center of my own being, at the center of my own consciousness. I think those are two beautiful ways to, to kind of get there. So that is God within. Wait, and I'm pretty sure that it is exactly what it sounds like. This is going to be a treatment on wait, and I'm sure you can hear the water pouring in the background, but that's my own fault because I told him. Okay, so can you give me just a hair? I know that there is right now the balanced activity of one life in my body. All food is used properly, and that idea which may have caused me to eat too much or too little is now relinquished. Weight needed is added, all excess weight is discarded. The wisdom which created my body now sustains it in all ways as I, without reservation, now continuously accept its perfect action. Okay, a little odd, but I think he was trying to do two things at once. If you need to gain weight, great. And if you need to lose weight, great. I would separate it out into which one you specifically needed, because I don't need to add any weight. I do need to, change my relationship with, it's not even really my relationship with food. I belong to the Clean Plate Club. If you put it on my plate, I'm going to eat it. And that's a relationship that I need to work on. So that's what I would work on, and that idea which may have caused me to eat too much. See, I wouldn't use the other half of that idea that caused me to eat too much. Because I was told that there were starving children in Africa. So I better clean my plate. You know what? And I'm working on it. So, feel free to use whichever one you need. And drop the other one. Drop the other one. All right. Fear. I know I cannot be apart from God. Created in its image and likeness, I am established in its light and surrounded by its good. Past mistakes no longer rob me of today's happiness, and I know the future holds only the promise of a more complete expression of the God self within. Fear is no part of that which is all good, and I release it gladly. I let my confidence be in the good which flows from God. This I now claim and know is mine. It's short, it's sweet, but I like that he says fear is no part of that which is all good, and I release it gladly. Okay? And I like that this one here, you've probably already done the recognition and the unification stage. And so, but he's incorporating that he's reminding you, me, us, what we are. And that's one of the things that I like to lean into, the divine presence, the divine presence, the divine presence. I want to lean into the divine presence. We are divine expressions of, we are expressions of the divine. We are beloved expressions of the divine. There's no place for fear. And past mistakes no longer rob me of today's happiness. Okay? That right there, that is a line that you can use as an affirmation. Past mistakes no longer rob me of today's happiness. It's a very good one. Okay, and like I said, last one, wholeness. God does not give itself in part. Nothing of good has ever been withheld from me. I dwell in wholeness and have access to all that may illuminate my mind, maintain my body, and rightly govern my affairs. My spirit is the spirit of God in me, which gives me the use of a power that brings my thought into form. I now let my thought be with the wholeness of God and confidently accept its manifestation with thanksgiving. So there you go. We have now completed the appendix. And the very last page is suggestions for further readings, which he suggests the Science of Mind textbook and the Science of Mind magazine. So, and then there's a website, United Centers for Spiritual.org. So, and that's pretty interesting. But we're done. We're done. And like I said, the appendix was so good. I was like, we can't not do the appendix. You got to do the appendix. There's good stuff in the appendix. And there's actually an affirmation in there that I'm going to pull out of one of the treatments and text to somebody. And then I'm going to rewrite that stomach one like I did live for my knees, because I was like, that's just really, really good. So they're templates. If you want to use them, great. If not, rewrite them. That's why I'm calling them template. Change a couple of words, or just use it as a guide to figure out. Because what I love about Ernest is he has these really interesting turn of phrases. And he uses fairly simple words, but he uses complex concepts with those simple words. And so that's one of the reasons I wanted to do the appendix, because I thought there was some really good stuff in there. So that means that tomorrow we start with the hidden power of the Bible. All right, beloveds, I am going to move on into the process of my day because I need to go deal with this, because I was rolling around on the floor. I had to do crunches. I had technically 4 different types of crunches, because I think the mermaids are considered crunches. They're just side crunches. So, I'm going to go do that. I'm going to encourage you to have I'm going to encourage you to have a great day, wondrous day, a fantastic day, a magical day, an enchanted day, a wonderful day, an awesome day, an amazing day, a take care of yourself day, a take care of business day, a hey, go roll around on the floor and do a good workout day, a drink plenty of water day, a be aware of the heat day, a cuddle your fur babies day, a do something kind for somebody else day, a make sure you make time to sit down and rest day, a take care of business day, a you know what you need to do day, a you got this day, a good day. And if that is too much pressure, simply have a day. You are enough. Just as you are. You are a beloved expression of the divine. Yes, that is my favorite phrase. I got it from the 365 Women in Consciousness when I was it was 365 writings by women in New Thought. Ah, yes. So, you are a beloved expression of the divine. Brilliant light, divine spark, spirit in motion, God in action, an absolutely beautiful masterpiece and a work in progress at the same time, at your own pace. I stole most of that phrase, but adding it at your own pace, that's mine. And as Reverend Jesse likes to call us, you are a godling. So explore the truth of your being. Get to know who the divine knows you to be, because the divine knows you to be good. The good news is that's all the divine knows. Therefore, from there, anything is possible. All right, beloveds, Reverend David should be on sometime this afternoon. I'll be back with you. I'll be back in the 9 to 9:15 hour tomorrow. It'll go back to a regular day. Take care of yourself. Know that you are loved, and I will see you next time.